Hey, I have an interesting topic. Can a country truly be a secular state? First of all, a truly secular state is the one that is entirely free from religious influence in governance, law, society. It's ultimately impossible to achieve. While a government can attempt to maintain a secular structure, the reality is that religion, whether explicitly or implicitly, will still be shaped in laws, cultures, and public policies. Here's why. Laws are often rooted in a religious morality. This source was taken from the Oxford Research Encyclopedia. Legal systems around the world are historically influenced by religious principles. Concepts like the justice, human rights, and ethical governance are deeply tied to religious traditions. Even in countries that claim to be secular, laws regarding marriage, morality, and human dignity often reflects religious foundations. For example, Western legal systems, including those in secular countries like in the US or France, have been shaped by the Judeo-Christian values. Second point was taken from the Idrar's research article. Religious influence on politics is unavoidable, even in a secular democracy. Politicians often appeal to religious values to gain public trust. Political leaders, whether in the US, India, or France, frequently reference religious sentiments because a significant portion of the population holds religious beliefs. Secularism cannot erase the fact that voters are influenced by their faith, meaning religious indirectly shapes the government policies. The next point was taken from the Cambridge Essays. Many supposedly secular nations continue to uphold religious symbols and traditions. In the US, motto, "In God We Trust," is still printed on the currencies. While British law recognized the Church of England. In France, despite the strict secularism, debates over religious symbols like the hijab shows that the state actively regulates religious expression rather than being neutral. Fourth point, religious communities play a role in society. Religious institutions often provide essential social services, such as education, healthcare, and charity. In many cases, government work alongside religious organizations to address societal needs. In reliance means that even if a government is officially secular, it still engages with the religious groups in ways that influence policies and public trust. Last point is based on the Oxford Research Encyclopedia. Human nature and identity are tied to religion. Religion is a fundamental part of the human civilization and identity. Even when people claim to be secular, their value, ethics, and worldviews are often shaped by religious traditions passed down through generations. Governments are made up of individuals who bring those influence into decision making, making complete secularism unattainable. For conclusion, secularism is an ideal, not reality. While a government can attain to be a secular in policies, it cannot fully eliminate religious influence from its people, culture, and institutions. At best, secularism functions as a framework that minimizes religious dominance in a government, but never fully separates religion from the state. Instead of aiming for an impossible pure secularism, a more practical approach is to ensure fairness by allowing religious diversity while preventing religious coercion in politics. Would you agree with this argument, or do you think there's a way for a state to be truly secular